सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अज्ञात्वा ते महत्त्वं यदिह निगदितं विश्वनाथ क्षमेथः स्तोत्रं चैतत्सहस्रोत्तरमधिकतरं त्वत्प्रसादाय भूयात् वेधा नारायणीयं श्रुतिषु च जनुषा स्तुत्यता वर्णनेन स्फीतम् लीलावतारैरिदमिह कुरुताम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम्.
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Dhruva Charitram was a charitram that took us through the life of a boy who later, of course, became a king, extremely devoted to Bhagavan. In his clan, of course, not all kings were expected to be like him. One was absolutely anti to anything that was dharmic. But to compensate that came another great king. Who was the one who went against dharma? Who was the one who was pro-dharma? That is this Dashakam. Jatasya dhruvakula eva tungakirtehe angasya vyajanisutaha sa Vena nama yaddosha vyathita matihi sa rajavaryaha tvatpade nihitamana vanam gato bhoot. Angasya tungakirtehe. Angasya tungakirtehe. There was a king called Anga. Of that king Anga of great fame, Tunga Kirtehe, Jatasya, to him was born Eva Dhruvakula, in that very lineage of Dhruva, who was a great Mahatma, Vyajani Sutaha Saha Vena Nama. There was a person born called Vena. Who was this Vena? Vyajani Sutaha, very, very infamous, very notorious for his bad behavior. Yaddosha Vyathita Matihi. Looking at this evil, malicious nature of his son, Saha Rajavaryaha, that very king Anga, Abhut Gataha Vanam, he tried advising his son, nothing worked. So he retired to the forest, became a Vanaprastha. Nihita Manaha Tvatpade, he engaged in continuous devotion of your lotus feet. Is what Bhaṭṭatiri says. Then he continues. Papopi kshititalapālanāya venaha pauradye upanihitaha kathoraviryaha sarvebhyo nijabalameva samprashamsan bhuchakretava yajananyayam nyaraucīt papaha api ayam venaha. Though evil-minded, this Vena kathora viryaha, possessed of extreme powers. That is when Upanihitaha San Pauradyehi has been installed. Then he was made the king. Pauradyehi, by the citizens of his country. Kshititala Palanaya, the father is gone, the son is made the king by the citizens. For what? Palanaya, for governance, for good administration. Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja. So you need a Raja for the Praja to run their lives and livelihood well. So they made him the king. But how was he? Nyaraucīt, Yajanani Tava. Nyaraucīt. He stopped the conducting of various yajnas and sacrifices. So at that point in time, yajanani tava bhuchakre samprashamsan. So all over the earth he went boasting, nijabalam. See, I've got so much of power. See, I've stopped the yajna. I've stopped the prasadam that is to be made in the temples. See, I've stopped functioning of the temples. I've stopped the people from doing dharmic activities. So he would do all of this and he went about the entire world boasting of it. Nijabalam eva sarvebhyaha api. He told the world, look at me, look at my powers. Then what happened? Samprapte hita kathanaya tapasaughe mattonyo bhuvana patirna kaschaneti tvanninda vachanaparo munishvaraistaihi shapagnau shalabha dashamanayi venaha tapasaughe samprapte. What happened? A group of good thinking, goodwill, good for the society, harmony thinking, peace loving rishis, they all approached him. Tapasaughe samprapte sati, they all approached Vena. Hita kathanaya, to say, see, as a Raja, you should be doing good things. In fact, you should promote good things. You should be a patron of arts. You should always develop your knowledge. Be very protective of your citizens and country. This is what a Raja does. The Raja will not end up doing things like, okay, I will abolish Sanatana Dharma. I will abolish Hinduism. I will stop people from doing yajnas. I will hurt the good. I will hurt the dharmic. I will stop prasadam from being made in temples. This is not the way a Raja does. A Raja will always think good for the praja, good for the country. Hita kathanaya. They wanted to tell him the good. Venaha. To whom did they say? To Vena. Tvanninda vachana paraha iti. But this Vena, did he listen to all of this? He says, Tvanninda. Always making fun, insulting, abusing, reprimanding. Always finding fault. There will be certain people. If a person renovates a temple, they'll say, oh, this person has renovated. See, he has stolen this. He has done that. If a person writes books, see, he has to live his livelihood only by writing books. Another person, he may be feeding the poor. See, he's showing off. Any dharmic activity, there will be criticisms from one quarter, and that quarter will never expect dharma to happen. But they will pose as if they are supporters of dharma. So he says, Venaha tvanninda vachana paraha iti na asti bhuvanapatihi. There is no other Lord for this world but me. He said that, why do you keep advising me as if there is dharma, we need Bhagavan? I am the Bhagavan. Anyamattaha, there is no other God but me. See, this is what most of the asuras, rakshasas have always said, and Vena was no different. Anyamattaha. Anayi shalabha dasham. Thereby, what happened? When rishis came out of goodwill and advice, they kept on advising, he didn't listen. At one point in time, the rishis got extremely angry. They uttered humkaram, omkaram, humkaram, hrimkaram, all the mantras. They used the bijaksharas. What happened after that? Anayi shalabha dasham. Like when a lamp is lit, a firefly or any other moth will come on its own, fall into the fire and die. Same was the case with Vena. With all that boasting, with all that arrogance, he fell into that fire. Anayi shalabhadasham shapagnau taihi munishvaraihi. In that very fire of the curse uttered by the sages who had come to advise him. They didn't want to hurt him, they didn't want to fight him. Hitakathanaya sajjanaihi, those sajjanaihi who had come for hitakathanaya, they shapagnauhu taihi munishvaraihi. With the help of munis, he was able to get rid of them. That is when Vena died. Next, another question. Who will rule after him? Vena is dead. Anga had left for a forest. Vena is dead. Who after him? Tanna khala jana bhirukair munindrehi tanmatra chira parirakshite tadange tyaktaghe parimatitha tathoru dandat dor dande parimatithe tvama virasihi atha tadange. From his angam, from Vena's body, Chira parirakshite tanmatra. that which was preserved by his mother for a very long time. She preserved that body. Tyaktadhe sati. So from his body there was obtained sins in the form of sins. Sati. Urudandar parimathitar. Urudandar. His thigh was being churned, and from his churning of the thigh, parimathitat, munindraihi, kalajana bhirukaihi. So, one little person was created and then they were sent away. After that, Tannashat, on account of Vena's death, Tvam avirasihi dordande parimathite. Initially, the thighs were churned. From the thighs, the papas went away. Then there were a set of people born. Then they were sent to the forest to take care of the forest. Nishadas were sent to take care of the forest. Somebody has to be for the land. That is when Dordande parimathite. His hand was being churned. When his arms were churned, who came? Tvam avirasihi. Hey Bhagavan, hey Krishna, hey Guruvayurappa, like Kapila Vasudeva, which is an Amshavatara of you, Shakti Aveshyavatara of you. Similarly, an Aveshyavatara of you was born, called as who? That will come in the next shloka. Tvam avirasihi. So was born someone. Who is the one to be born? Comes the fifth shloka. Vikhyataha Prithuriti tapasopadishtaihi sutadhyaihi parinuta bhavi bhuri viryaha venartya kabalita sampadam dharitrin akrantam nija dhanusha samamakarshihi. So he says Vikhyataha Prithuriti. So Vikhyataha, very famous. Who emerged? Prithu iti. So from the churning of the thighs, the papas went away, Nishadas were born, sent to the forest. Arms were churned, thereby was born Prithu. Vikhyataha Prithu iti parinuta bhavi bhuri viryaha. Many brave deeds that he performed. Sutaddehi tapasopadishtaihi. Then what happened after he was born? In the future, since many would praise Sutaddehi tapasopadishtaihi, those tapasis who came and advised his father Vena, who were extremely afflicted because of Vena's actions, who were insulted and humiliated by Vena's words, who ended up killing Vena through Humkaram and mantras, now again came to bless his son called Prithu. Sutaddehi tapasopadishtaihi akarshihi samam nija dhanusha. So, what did Prithu do? Nija dhanusha, holding the bow, dharitrin kabalita sampadam. He went around the earth. Why should he go around the earth holding the bow and the quiver of arrows? Because kabalita sampadam, the earth had withdrawn all its resources. See, when you mine earth, you get gold, you get silver, you get iron, various elements. Even diamonds come from earth. All the stones that we know come from earth. Corals emerge from what grows over the earth, called as coral reefs. So, oil, petrol and all of that we use today comes from earth. So, water comes from earth. Either it flows on earth as rivers, lakes, or you find that as underground water. So anything that we use is a result of Mother Earth, but she had withdrawn herself. Kabalita Sampadam, all the resources, water, minerals, everything were withdrawn and were condensed in her. Dharitri, Venatya, on account of what? Mother Earth did not do it wantedly, because Vena had troubled Mother Earth and the residents of Mother Earth so much that she was extremely upset, and she thought, let us not give anything for these humans, they are all ungrateful, and she withdrew. Venatya akrantam, because she was threatened, she withdrew. Now this Prithu Chakravarti went with a bow. He is a good avatara, but he went because he said, if I have to run my kingdom, I need resources. Where will I go? Akranta. So this Prithu, who was extremely worried about running his kingdom, he took his bow and started running. How do I get these resources back from Mother Earth? Akranta. As he ran, what happened? Did he spot Mother Earth? Because he is running over Earth. Where will he spot her? He is running on Earth. Where will he spot Earth? Something very unique happens. That in the next episode.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण।